Tomorrow, we've got the sentence, and tomorrow we'll be able to move forward and take the next step.
It's been a 9-year battle for Paul McIlwaine and his wife Abigail. 9 years of investigation, 9 years of struggling with the police and the courts.
Make some headway.
But now the Protestant militiaman who killed his Protestant son, Daniel, is about to be sentenced.
This was my son. He was murdered, brutally murdered. We've never give up on him, you know.
Protestant militiaman Stephen Brown hacked Daniel McIlwaine to death. It's one of the numerous unresolved murders where Protestant militants killed Protestants and Catholic militants killed Catholics. Some victims were accused of being informers, others were killed in power struggles, and some were executed for no known reason. In this case, the pro-Protestant police had refused to arrest Brown. But with peace, that police force was transformed, and Brown was charged, tried, and convicted.
After 9 years, how does it feel, this loss of your son?
I can smell David, I can hear him, I can see him, you know, but not being able to touch him is just, you know, it's just, there's no feeling, you know, like it. The investigation, the campaign, you struggle every day to get up. You have nightmares at night. We're on medication. It's a total disaster. It's a tragedy, you know, it really is.
Northern Ireland is technically at peace, but the murals still speak out their slogans on the Catholic Falls Road and the Protestant Shankill Road. The pain of Paul McIlwaine and thousands of others on both sides of the sectarian divide remain unresolved. Especially the pain of those whose loved ones were killed by the very militias that were meant to protect their community. Whether you're Protestant or Catholic, there's a common theme. If you're a victim, you must get at the truth. And if you don't get the truth, these people can't move their lives forward. And they say the country can't go forward as well with its peace process.
Oh, you've never, and you'll never disappear.
The relative peace has forged strange alliances in Northern Ireland, especially among the bereaved. Paul has come to the Catholic Cathedral in Armagh to attend a special Mass for the disappeared. The pro-Catholic Irish Republican Army, the IRA, had killed many Catholics, and many of them have never been found. Anne Morgan's brother, Seamus Ruddy, disappeared over 2 decades ago. During many of those years, militiamen threatened her into silence.
They were going to kill me if I spoke to the media. So we had a wall of silence for at least 10, 15 years before we could actually come out and talk about this.
Family members bring forth candles in memory of those who disappeared.
Once again in this Mass, I repeat the call to anyone who has any information which could help locate the bodies of the disappeared. I beg them to pass that information on to the Commission for the Location of Victims.
Alice Harper returns from a similar service in Belfast. She lives on the Catholic Falls Road. Northern Ireland's violent past lives very much in her present. British soldiers killed her father, Daniel Taggart. His face is emblazoned on a mural near the scene of his death in what is called the Ballymurphy Massacre. Then several years later, IRA gunmen killed Alice's 15-year-old mentally retarded brother, Bernard. Even though he had the mental capacity of a child, the IRA had claimed Bernard was an informer.
Alice, why is it so important to get the truth? It can't bring back the dead.
When you've lost a loved one, there's no way you can let it go away until you get the truth. And that is more important than anything. It can't bring back the dead, but at least we'll know what happened to them and why they murdered them.
A couple of days later, Paul McIlwaine goes to the courthouse to witness the sentencing of his son's killer, Stephen Brown.
All those who have acted wrong over the number of years aren't going to stop doing what they're doing just because there's a peace process. You know, these are people who are hell-bent on murdering people. They're not going to stop just because their organisation has said, well, we no longer exist.
The court sentences Brown to 30 years in jail. A lifetime sentence here is usually 14 years. But McIlwain will not rest until the alleged accomplices will be brought to justice as well.
And if I can't get them for this crime, I am going to make it my business to know their business. Every criminal act that they were involved in. And that's where I'm going from now. I move on. This is day one tomorrow. I'll take today with my family and we'll have a good cry. I don't show it, but believe you me, I am bursting. My head's ready to explode. And it's a disgrace what we've been put through for the years.
Oh, you've never, and you'll never disappear.
For Worldfocus, this is Martin Himmel in Belfast, Northern Ireland.